Oh my God.
Hey, what's up? I'm Johanna and I'm here today with my friend Marcia, and we are in the Flushing neighborhood of Queens, New York, where we're gonna talk about Chinese New Year.
Oh yeah.
Marcia was born and raised here, and she's gonna kind of tell us what it's all about.
Yes, so Flushing is hustling, it's bustling. We celebrate diversity, and now we're known for having some of the best Chinese and Asian cuisine in New York City. There's a lot more fun stuff in that direction that we're headed to now.
All right, let's check it out. So, Marcia, obviously, I'm Chinese, you're Chinese. Naturally, we would use Chinese New Year and the term Lunar New Year kind of interchangeably.
Yes.
But what are your thoughts on that?
I would say historically, given how big the Chinese Empire once was, there's likely a lot of traditionally Chinese New Year customs celebrated during Chinese New Year that trickles into its surrounding countries.
And why do we call it Lunar New Year?
Wow, great question. So actually, Chinese New Year, you may notice it changes every single year, or rather Lunar New Year, the date is different every year. And that's because the date that we go by is according to the lunar calendar, unlike the calendar years that we normally use, which are the solar calendar.
The lunar calendar has been used in Chinese civilization for millennia. The ancient Chinese also counted time using a repeating 12-year system, where each of the 12 years are assigned to an animal to represent the attributes of the coming year. That's where we get the Chinese zodiac. In 2020, we're celebrating the year of the rat, the first animal in the 12-year cycle. Anyone born in the year of the rat is said to be optimistic, energetic, and well-liked. Like rats hoarding supplies for the winter, people born in the year of the rat are said to be good at saving money, albeit a little bit stingy.
I am the year of the pig.
Oh my God,
or
that was
year of the
last
boar.
year.
Yeah, it was last year. I was so happy. Actually, I was so excited that it was finally my year, year of the boar. And then my mom told me that when it's your zodiac year, that's supposed to be the worst.
Actually, really bad luck.
Really bad
Yes.
luck. But I actually had a great year, so
good.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, when it turned year of the dog, which is what I am, my mom got me like a little golden medallion with a dog on it that was supposed to bring me good luck, and was like, be careful crossing streets, like
Don't do
look out
any
for
of
buses.
this.
Yeah,
Yes.
totally.
Don't eat these foods.
Exactly.
So
She's
many
very
fun
worried
old
about me.
wives' tales.
Right, exactly.
Flushing actually was settled originally by Dutch immigrants in the 1600s. I believe they called it Vlissingen in the beginning. Don't quote me on that. I don't know any Dutch at all, but they came here mostly to seek religious freedom. From the get-go, Flushing was this hub of open-mindedness, of celebrating diversity, and of really trying to create a safe space for people who need it. And over the decades, over the centuries, that theme has still continued on, even to this day. So Flushing, as you can see, is home to so many Chinese businesses, Chinese immigrants.
Marcia's mom was one of those immigrants. Brenda Wang came to New York City from the Sichuan province in China 30 years ago.
Since she came to America, the celebrations are not as elaborate as they would be back in China for her. Basically, unlike in America, you know, when we celebrate here, it's always Chinese New Year's Day when we kind of get together and have all the celebrations. But in China, people start preparing way in advance. Maybe 2 days before or even a week before, getting their house cleaned, getting new clothes, getting fresh groceries in the refrigerator, all to prepare for the Chinese New Year's Eve and also New Year's Day. Wow, there's a lot of good stuff here. A lot of good stuff here.
We've got red pockets.
Yes, red envelope. Do you call them red pockets?
Yeah.
Oh.
Chinese New Year is actually a 15-day celebration. What we typically mark on our calendars as Chinese New Year is the first day of the year and the day that kicks it off.
This corner is always popping during this time of year because as you're about to start the new year, you want to have a room, house full of fresh, amazing flowers. So they have an incredible selection. They got roses, bouquets, basically any kind of red tinted flower you want in your house to just bring freshness and good luck into the new year. Like the first day is really when it's the most action-packed. We'll have, like in Chinatown, we have a Lunar New Year parade. So that day it's pretty rowdy, you know. Even back in China, on the first day, people will kind of gather in the streets and light some firecrackers up and just have a pretty good time, causing a ruckus.
So why do we use fireworks on Chinese New Year?
就是传说中有一种动
A
物，
long time ago, there used to be an animal called Nian. Every year around the same time, the Nian would terrorize villagers and wreak havoc on their community. Until one day, they learned they could use loud noises and the color red to scare off the Nian. So they set off firecrackers and put up red posters around their village, and the Nian was never to be seen again.
For me, Chinese New Year has really been defined by food because during this time you eat foods that you really don't eat during any part of the year. Chicken, fish, rice cake.
Typically, families will ring in the new year the night before with a feast of 8 dishes, 8 being a lucky number in Chinese culture. This grazing platter is a good example of how the number shows itself in our traditions.
So we typically have these platters that are either have 8 compartments or are in the shape of an octagon because 8 again is a super lucky number.
Many of the main dishes we choose to prepare have names that sound like lucky phrases.
这个橘子
Brenda explained that orange or 橘子 shares a character that sounds and looks similar to a word used in an idiom that means wishing you good luck and happiness, or 吉祥如意, which makes eating this fruit really lucky.
So oranges, the way you write them, it looks very similar to this word that means lucky. So we always start off with a plate full of oranges.
These are my favorites, so I'm gonna have one of
Those
these.
ones?
Honey tangerine.
I'm gonna have to dig into one of these guys.
Oh, that's beautiful. It's a honey tangerine. I love oranges. Can I
You
have
really
yours?
can't go wrong, yeah.
Oh, yours is so much juicier.
I think this one might be sweeter though.
Wow. Marcia and I decided to try a staple of her culture, mala dry pot.
So this is like a big bowl, and you basically pick whichever ingredients you would like her to stew, and once it's cooked, she serves it up in like a giant platter, so you can just pick at it and eat it over rice.
I definitely want imitation crab.
Okay.
And I like that, the tendon.
I want the tofu.
Yeah, oh, I love that. Yeah, tofu skin, please.
It looks so good. Wow, smells divine.
Got a little bit of everything in this one pot. You got the tripe, you got the bean curd, you got a bit of the vermicelli noodles, some vegetables.
The garnish.
The garnish. So it's really interesting to know that this food is like specific to one province in China. We wouldn't eat this in Hong Kong at all.
Nothing similar.
We would do hot pot, but never like in soup, right?
Yeah,
And not generally this spicy.
yeah.
We don't eat a lot of spicy food in Hong Kong. Most of it's like because we're a port city and because like we were built with a lot of like fishermen. You know, you get a lot of like fresh seafood that you wouldn't necessarily throw a lot of spice in. You generally just steam and like garlic, ginger.
One dish both my family and Marcia's family eat during the holiday is nian gao, or rice cake, a sticky sweet food that can be enjoyed as a breakfast or snack.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, it tastes like home.
Oh my god.
So the skin's a little blistered, so you bite down, it's a little crispy. But it gets like all soft and chewy and warm. It's like a hug. Sunflower seeds are also common across Chinese culture, and many homes will have them on display for guests to nibble on during conversation or before dinner.
There's actually a joke that once you've reached peak middle-aged Asian womanness, you just have like an ability to crack these open with your teeth and eat like 10 in 3 seconds. Like, is it
Oh, like
wrong?
you just throw a bunch in your mouth and you just...
You just like crack them open and you can eat it really quick. Like, I don't know how to do that yet. So
My mom doesn't eat sunflower seeds, so I was never trained in this.
it's like you have to like do that.
I've got shell in my mouth.
There's like a seasoning.
I know, this is really good. It's like... It's not normally seasoned like this, is it?
Yeah. So this is like,
Very modern. How do they get it inside here? It's like...
well, this is what a sunflower seed is.
No, but I mean... I know what a seed is!
Oh, sorry. Oh, you mean the
I
seasoning?
just mean how to get the seasoning in
Oh.
it. Come on, girl. For Marcia and Brenda, the holiday concludes on the last day with a meal of tangyuan, a glutinous rice ball sometimes filled with peanut or black sesame as dessert. My family normally eats it in a sweet broth made of rock sugar and ginger. That's how it's served in Hong Kong. Their family takes a more fragrant approach, serving it in a broth of boiled rice wine and fermented rice.
那个就变成了汤圆粉，然后再这样做。
So she's saying how back when she was younger, if you wanted to eat like the tangyuan, the little mochi thing I was speaking of earlier, you can't just buy that pre-made from the store in the frozen aisle. You have to literally like grind first soak the rice, then you dry it, and then you grind it through a mill, and kind of have to literally make it from scratch.
做得很好。
Brenda explained that when she was growing up, her classmate's mom was especially good at making tangyuan, but she would end up eating half of the batter every time she was invited to help out. So how can you wish your loved ones a happy Chinese New Year in the coming weeks?
So 恭喜发财 is probably the most basic one. It means like wishing you happiness and fortune. It all boils down to fortune here. So that's a very simple one, just 4 words. And then 身体健康 is super simple too. It just means I hope you have good health in this year. So we say both, and then it's followed by a red envelope.
By the way, the red envelopes decorated with gold ornamental designs are normally passed down from the older generation to the younger as a way of passing on good luck. And there's always some money inside.
But over the years, you know, we've kind of remixed it a little bit. So now we'll say 恭喜发财, but instead of 身体健康, we'll say 红包拿来, which means hand over the red envelope.
And the red envelope's got what?
Got the fa. That's the fa portion of this whole situation. Yeah.
But the holiday is really about friends and family getting together, sharing a meal, and wishing each other well for the new year. For InsideEdition.com, I'm Johanna Li.